Hey guys, so I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, Iowa right now on a farm, so if you hear birds chirping and cows and tractors, that's why. But I want to make a video anyways, and my video today is again on being gay and homosexuality, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I keep talking about it with people. I don't know if it's just like in the air, everybody wants to talk about this now, but I'm going to talk about this now with you because having this conversation in the area that I'm in, small town, Midwest, a lot of people are very religious. And the one thing that I get them stumped on that they can't answer for me is just one question, and I'll get there in a second. Everybody, has the feeling and says, marriage is between a man and a woman and sexual relations should be between a man and a woman. But the question they can't answer for me is what defines being a man and what defines being a woman. And I'll explain to you how I stump them, because I just finished my first year of medical school. I've learned a lot about embryology and human development in utero, when the mother's pregnant, and just the smallest things that can change how you are developing as far as chromosomes, as far as genetics. I mean, it's so many things, and such a slight change can completely alter who you are. And also, that includes your sexuality, obviously. So I'm going to give you an example, and I'll try to explain how this relates in a minute. But when I was a little girl, I liked to make cakes, and I still do. And my favorite color was hot pink, and it kind of still is. So I would obviously buy the generic, regular white icing, and I would mix red with it, and I'd get my hot pink. Everybody learns about this in kindergarten, preschool. You mix one color with another color and you get a third color, primary, secondary, and all that stuff you learn about. Okay, so I would use about 5 drops of red icing, and I promise this relates. 5 drops of red icing, and I would mix it in with my white icing, and I would get this beautiful hot pink color. But if I didn't want that for my cake, I could add 2 drops and get like a lighter rose pink, and so on and so forth. And everybody understands at a very young age that you can change the amount of red drops you put in your icing to get a different shade of pink. It doesn't only have to be white and hot pink. Different variations exist. And this is a very simple concept, and it's something that a lot of people can easily understand, right? Why can't people understand that with human development and embryology? And this is where I'm going to tie it in with everything. Everybody kind of starts off when you're developing as a female, and what makes you a male is the Y chromosome, and the reason for this is the Y chromosome gives you the testosterone and stuff, right? Okay, so you have testosterone, and that's what makes you a man. But there are so many different things that can vary the amount of testosterone in a developing child. Okay, let's say that you are XX, which is typically female. What happens if there's something that adds testosterone into the baby whenever they're developing? The mother could have some kind of steroid problem or something that, the adrenal glands produce steroids. What if they're overproducing sex chromosomes, or not chromosomes, overproducing sex hormones, which includes testosterone? There are different disorders that do that. So then you could have a baby that is XX, which is female, that had a bunch of testosterone introduced to it whenever it was developing, and that baby will be born a boy. It will have XX chromosomes, but it will be a boy. I mean, and this is like, again, it's windy out here. This is again how I stump these people, because I say what defines a man and what defines a woman. Is it penis versus vagina? I'm going to be very blunt with this. Is it penis, vagina? Because if it is, there are men out there, XY chromosomes, with a vagina. Do you base it off of what they look like on the outside? Their genitals? I mean, is that how you define a man and woman? Or do you define a man and woman by their chromosomes? Is it XX versus XY? What if it's XXY? What if it's XXXY? There are things that are like that. I mean, what is it? And everybody knows that hermaphrodites exist. It's not like some kind of a myth. And I was talking to somebody and they're like, oh, hermaphrodites, that's just a myth. Oh, I'm sorry, look on Google. It's a proven thing. And I'm going to give you another example. Jamie Lee Curtis. She is a beautiful woman, right? She has a Y chromosome. So does that make her a man? Or is she still a woman because she has a vagina? I mean, how do you define that? And what about hermaphrodites who actually have a penis and have ovaries and have boobs and have a deep voice? I mean, like, you can have so many different things. And I gave you the example already of extra testosterone being introduced. You can also have XY, which would be a man, and the baby has some kind of insensitivity or inability to process the testosterone that is there. So then, even though they're XY, they're born a full-fledged female because the testosterone didn't do anything to them. Okay, so if you can see how just slight variations, even in variations in testosterone level, and this is what I was trying to kind of point out again with the different levels of icing, like the dye you put in the icing. There's different levels of testosterone, different variations. Like, what if the baby is only slightly insensitive to testosterone? Or what if the mother only produces a little bit extra testosterone? And then you're born a woman, and the extra testosterone makes you, attracted to women because you have a lot of male characteristics because of the extra testosterone. Or what if you're a man, you're XY, and you just didn't process a lot of the testosterone that came from the Y, and you're born a man, but you just, don't feel like a man. You feel like a woman inside. And this is, the whole it's your choice, homosexuality is a choice, really angers me because I understand all of these things. I understand the science that goes behind all of these things, and of course there are going to be people. Hi, kitty. Say hi to the kitty. Of course there are going to be people who, choose to be that way, and that's whatever, But for most people that I know, they are gay. They are completely gay. The thought of being with the opposite sex is as disgusting to them as a straight person who is straight, thinking about being with the same sex. I mean, that's how it is. They're born that way. They really are born that way, and it doesn't take a lot of variation in the hormone levels, in the genetics to do that. And it's not just hot pink and white icing. There's different shades of pink all in between. It's not just man, it's not just woman. There's different variations in between. That's what I'm trying to explain with this video. That's how they can't answer my question. Maybe you think, as a religious person, that it's supposed to be a man and a woman. But what makes a man and a woman? You can't just base it off of what you see. You can't base it off of their external appearance as far as penis, vagina. You can't base it off of chromosomes. What do you base it off of then? How about what's in their heart? If I feel like I'm a girl, if I was born a man and I felt the same way that I feel right now, there is no way I could just live my life the way that people expect me to. I couldn't do it, because I am who I am. You say God created man and God created woman. God created a lot of other variations in between too. And in my personal opinion, that's how they were supposed to be. That's how they are. They're perfect the way that they are. And nobody should question them. Nobody should look at them any differently or less than. You should love them and accept them because they were born the way that they are, just the way you were born, the way that you are. Stop being so closed-minded, thinking only man and only woman, because there's a lot of different definitions of a man and a lot of different definitions of a woman. So that's all I have to say about that. Leave a comment, tell me what you think about all of what I said. I hope you liked this video. I hope it made some sense. I know I went on a little while, but it's a lot to explain, and I think it's a great point. So I decided to do a video on it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye.